second portion of our recipe for vada pav now. So I'm going to show you how to make the homemade pav. And for that I have taken 2 cupful of warm milk. So the temperature, if you can measure by your homemade, cooking thermometer, it's between 95 to 97 degrees Fahrenheit. Be careful, it's not degrees Celsius. आपलं जे बॉडी टेम्परेचर असं थोडंसं ताप आला अंगाला वाटलं की कसं वाटतं साधारण ल्यूकवॉर्म तसं टेम्परेचर आहे. मग तुम्ही जर बोट घातलं तर थोडंसं कुठेतरी गरमपणा जाणवला पाहिजे, तेवढंच आहे हे टेम्परेचर. अँड टू दॅट आय एम गोइंग टू ॲड अबाउट 2 sachets ऑफ द ॲक्टिव्ह yeast बेसिकली. तुमच्याकडे जर सॅशेस असतील तर 2 sachets आर टेकन. And I'm going to make about 24 pavs. Since I've showed you the recipe for the 24 vadas, I'm going to show you the recipe for the 24 pav. You can always cut it into half to just make the 12 pav for that matter. And this is about 4.5 teaspoonful in that measurement of teaspoon if you measure. So I'm going to dump the yeast right now. And you need the temperature of the milk is very crucial in this, because to activate the yeast. So don't make it too warm, the milk. Okay, otherwise the yeast won't activate. And I've dumped about 4 teaspoons of sugar in this. So I'm just going to mix it like so and let it sit around for exactly 10 minutes until you see those nice bubbles coming on the top of the yeast, like on top of the milk's surface. And that's when you know your yeast is completely activated. And that I'm going to use for the pav. So now you can see our yeast is completely activated. It's nicely fluffy. You can see it's all frothy now. That's how you want it. So if you don't get this stage, that means you have to discard the yeast and use another pack, or you may have warmed your milk a little extra. So make sure the key to making perfect pav is to have that perfect activated yeast. So this is the stage where you want it now. And I'm going to add it to the stand mixer now. You can do it with your hands also. If you don't have the mixer, that's completely fine. Taken about 6 cups of maida or all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add about 4 teaspoons of salt. And I'm just going to sift this into our milk mixture. I mixed for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now you can see the dough is coming along. Okay, at this stage I'm going to add half a cup full of milk again. This is apart from the proofing, whatever the measurement I told you. So I'll tell you in the measurements again, and I'm going to start mixing it again. This is like a loose dough, you can see. To that I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of room temperature butter. It has to be softened butter basically. You don't want a hardened one. And then I'm going to mix it for about 5 more minutes. I had mixed earlier after adding the milk for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add knead the dough for another 5 minutes now. At this stage our dough is still like sticky. You don't have to worry if this is loose dough, but it's going to be a loose dough itself. So I'm just going to keep it for first proofing now. So let it rise. I'm going to keep it on the timer for about 1 hour. We're going to let it rise now. Okay. So I'm going to let the dough rise for about an hour. I'm going to start my timer and then I'll show you the next step. Now you can see how much the dough has risen after 1 hour of proofing. Now I'm just going to knead the dough again, and then we are going to form the balls for your pav. That step I'm going to show you next now. So this is the half of the dough from our stand mixer that I took it out, and then I'm going to divide this dough into 12 portions, because we're going to make 12 pav out of it. So for the half of the dough that I took it out, I just divided that dough into 12 parts, because we're going to make 24 pav altogether. So this is 12 and the other 12 I'm going to do it next. So I'm just going to show you. You have to just take one portion of the dough and just tuck it in. So make sure you dust some flour on your hand. the surface smooth. And keep it on your baking tray now. So I've divided the dough into 24 paos now. I'm going to let it rest for about 20 minutes, and in the meantime I'm going to preheat the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 to 190 degrees Celsius, and we're going to bake the pao for about 20 minutes or so until they get nice brown color on the top. So it's been exactly 20 minutes since I kept the dough for proofing for the second time. Now you can see it's nicely risen. The dough has completely risen now. I'm just going to brush this with a little bit of milk so that gives nice glaze to your bread, like so. And I've kept my oven to preheat at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 190 degrees Celsius, and we're going to bake it for about 20 minutes or so. So I kept the water in the lower tray where we have kept the baking. It's underneath that tray. We have kept water in a dish, and it keeps boiling while the baking is going on. And the reason behind that is it makes nice crispy crust over your bread. So whenever you're baking any kind of bread, try keeping water in one of the flat dishes in the oven dish, of course, which is like a oven proof dish, like a metal dish, and then keep it for baking along with your bread, and to have a nice crust over your bread. I'm going to bake it at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 190 degrees Celsius, for 20 minutes until it gets nice brown crust on the top. So now vada pav are out of the oven now. You can see how crispy they are. See, you can hear that noise. Look at that, could break that thing. It's nicely crispy. I'm just going to brush a little bit of butter over it. So we just have to cover the pao with wet cloth. Just make sure it's not too soggy, and leave it alone for about 20 minutes, and then your pao are ready to be served. So you can see the pao has become perfectly spongy. Can you see this? So enjoy the homemade pao with your favorite vada pav. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hard to Palate.